Pregnant 18-year-old among Hurricane Melissa deaths in Westmoreland. An 8-month pregnant woman is among the dead in central Westmoreland following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. She has since been identified as 18-year-old Monique Cook. Reports are that Cook, her mother, and younger brother were in their 2-bedroom wooden house in Waterworks, Pitchersfield, when it collapsed during the passage of the hurricane. An official at the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital told reporters that the one was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital on Wednesday. The government reported that the death toll from the storm rose to 19. "We have to do a little looting," says Black River hurricane victim. In the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, a Black River resident has admitted that many had resorted to looting to survive. "We have to do a little looting because we don't know if we'll get food for now," shared the man who goes by the name Bose. He said the situation is dire and he sees no sign of the town rebuilding anytime soon. "Black River is not coming back for now. Right here's some mashup. This can't come back," he shared. Bose also shared with reporters that after losing his roof, he is currently living with 10 other people in one room. "Everybody have to put up who they can put up," he explained. Bose added that he is yet to see government officials, and so he is making the best of his situation. 24 hours stuck in Holland Bamboo. Dozens of motorists and emergency responders were stranded for more than 24 hours along the Holland Bamboo Main Road in St. Elizabeth since Wednesday, surviving on fallen coconuts after Hurricane Melissa devastated popular stretch, cutting off access to the west. A 2-mile backup of traffic, including several ambulances, an armed escorted vehicle and heavy-duty trucks, stretched towards Middle Quarters as volunteers armed with chainsaw and machetes struggled to clear the towering bamboo debris shattered across the roadway on Thursday. "We've just been having coconut water and coconut, that's all. 1 and 2 people may volunteer and give you a water, or they can find a snack, but otherwise, you're practically on your own," Natalie Taylor told reporters on Thursday. "This is Holland Bamboo. There's no stop, no restaurant, nobody now drive run and feed you, so we drink coconut water till we're tired and confused," she added. Taylor, who have been traveling home to Middle Quarters from her workplace in Junction after the passage of the Category 5 storm, said the experience was mentally and physically draining. She admitted she was terrified for her family's safety, unsure whether her home had survived the hurricane. With cell phone services down across much of St. Elizabeth, she had no way to contact them. Bewildered and so close to home, she said she could not turn back. "We no have no signal, can't send out no text, no WhatsApp, nothing. Stuck in at the bamboo. It makes no sense I turn back because I'm almost at Middle Quarters," she stated. "I am a mess in my head. It's shuffled like how you see Holland Bamboo now. My thoughts, everything jumbled. I don't know if my house is safe. I don't know if my kids are okay. I'm confused and worried. We want to go home," the woman stated. Taylor sat with 3 men under a concrete shed, their vehicles parked nearby with engines off. Around them, the ground was littered with coconut shells, food wrappers, and split bamboo, the smell of what populated the area. One of the men, a visitor from Canada, had been on his way from Kingston to check on his brother's family in Westmoreland. He said he joined voluntary clearing of the road as far back as from Santa Cruz and Lacovia, where downpour lines, fallen trees, and waist-high mud made travel nearly impossible. "My brother asked me to check on them. He's very worried about them, and he's not hearing from them. So he asked me to check on them, so I have to go to Westmoreland. I'm not leaving here until I get them," he explained, requesting not to be named because he had overstayed his time aboard. "This is a shock, a terrible shock to see all of this. The ambulances are supposed to go back to Black River and carry back people to Mandeville Hospital, but they have been stuck here from yesterday. We all have been," he stated. Just over 500,000 JPS customers without power since Hurricane Melissa. Energy Minister Darrell Voss told a press conference early that 72% of Jamaica Public Service customers remain without power. The Energy Minister said all customers in Hanover, St. Anne, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Trelawny and Westmoreland are without light. He said this result is more than 490,000 JPS customers without power. He said power has been restored to 8 major hospitals as well as the island's airports. Mr. Voss said fluid support is to arrive in the island.
72% of the customer base is still without power. 70% of the distribution network is de-energized, with only sections of Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Thomas, the main areas, being served. Let me just note that I got a report a while ago that the entire St. Thomas is suffering from low voltage. So I asked JPS to look into that immediately. Clarendon, totally out, 51,000 customers. Hanover, same, 16,466. KSA North, 96,000 customers, 25,000 without light. South, 60,091, only 3,946 have light. Portland, 23,000 customers, 19,000 without light. Portmore, 52,000, 31,000 without light. St. Anne, 46,000, all up without light. St. Catherine, 86,000, 50,000 without light. St. Elizabeth, 45,000, all out. St. James, 62,000, 61,000 without. St. Mary, 30,000, 29,000 without light. St. Thomas, 20,000, 4,657 without light. Trelawney, fully out at 20,712. Westmoreland, 34,000, all without light. So total customers out as of October 29th is 542,000, and customers restored over the last 24 hours, 52,000, leaving 490,000 without power. The country is currently operating on a slim generation reserve margin due to the unavailability of generation units and required high voltage transmission lines to meet growing demand from restoration. Firm generation available, 190.5 megawatts. Forecasted peak, 180.5 megawatts. No renewable output available from solar and wind plants. The floating storage reclassification unit that supplies LNG is expected to dock on Friday, October 31st. This will restore natural gas supply to plants that burn gas as a primary fuel.
Or urges JPS to exercise fairness in billing after Hurricane Melissa. The Office of Utilities Regulation, or, is calling on the Jamaica Public Service Company Limited, JPS, to ensure fairness and transparency in its billing practices as customers recover from the impact of Hurricane Melissa. In a statement issued on Friday, the regulator urges JPS to exercise good practice and reasonable consideration when preparing bills for customers who may have experienced service disruption or property damage due to hurricane. The OR noted that the building concerns, which arose after Hurricane Beryl in 2024, should serve as a cautionary example, emphasizing that similar issues must be avoided this time around. The agency said it will work closely with JPS in a collaborative effort to reduce the risk of bill stock among customers. While acknowledging that some additional costs may be unavoidable, the OR said these should be distributed over time to prevent sudden spike in electricity bills. Customers were also reminded that electricity rates are not arbitrarily increased, as the Electricity License 2016 sets out clear guidelines for rate adjustments, including the calculation formulas, cost elements, and the timeline for tariff review. The OR added that fluctuation in input costs, such as temporary reliance on such expensive fuel when natural gas is unavailable, may lead to short-term price adjustment, but these may comply with the license provisions. The regulator also cautioned that depending on the severity of Hurricane Melissa's impact, JPS may need to issue more consecutive estimates bill than usual. However, the OR said it will closely monitor the process to protect customers from being unfairly charged. Following the experience of Hurricane Beryl, the OR launched an initiative to explore forced relief measures for customers affected by natural disasters. Although that project is still underway, the agency said it intends to work with utility companies to identify possible forms of assistance for that most severely affected customers. The OR encourages Jamaicans to stay safe, report outages through official channels, and rely only on credible sources for updates as the country continues its recovery efforts.
To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.